with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have a really nice hockey card, so we're not going to waste too much time because I believe we have like 11 games or 12 games, and limited time to go through them for me at least. 10 games. There we go. And then we have 6 NBA games, 5 NBA games, something along those lines.
Yes,
but
mostly 7 NBA games.
Yep. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. What went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And for me, it was my double up spots, my triple up spots that really saved me yesterday. Didn't have any college basketball yesterday. But starting in the NBA, I did double down on that over. I thought I was at least going to get the team total over for Golden State. Finishes 112-102. The one over 115.5 loses. The over 227 full game comes up short as well. So that was kind of frustrating there. But the late game was really what helped me out with the Boston Celtics. First half minus 5.5, full game minus 9.5, team total over 113.5. And I feel like I had a legit shot. Because I put a small bet down on the Celtics to be the highest scoring team as well as the Warriors. Warriors plus 550 came up short, but the Celtics came up a little short as well. They were 10-1 to be the highest scoring team in the night, so came up a little short on that. But got 3 winners there with the Celtics. I think the Celtics and a couple parlays and things like that with free bets with the sports books. I don't advocate for parlays, but when you're on free bets, that's the only time I truly do advocate for them, because if you're laying minus 110 on a $25 free bet, you're only getting like $22.50 back. So It's not really worth it as much. So that's something to keep in mind for those who get free bets out there. Bet plus money, because they don't give you your stake back. In the NHL, I split out. Actually, I was up 0.04 units in the NHL, and that's only because I doubled down on the Rangers. I ended up adding minus 130 later in the day, added an extra unit on them there, and minus 1. And, of course, I had a bunch of different free bets on the Rangers. The Rangers were very helpful last night. Teams that weren't, the Capitals, who lose 3-0, and the Islanders, who lose 3-0. So that was a frustrating end to the night because I had a couple bets on the Isles and things along those lines. But overall, finished up 0.46 units. Small card yesterday, nothing crazy. So, hey, any day in the black is a good day, right?
Yeah, and it was it was obviously first day of North Carolina yesterday, so that was really fun to be able to have. I think I had close to about $1,000 worth of free bets. That was nice. A chunk of them went towards Chelsea, which was a nice winner versus Newcastle. I think that's the first time that I've actually sat down and watched a soccer game. So that was interesting. I will say the crowd is awesome. I love the crowds at the soccer games. Towson covers for us, +6. They lose by 5. CFC will be going to the Colonial Championship game, and they're facing Nick, the Seawolves of Stony Brook. The Rangers puck line, empty netter got it done yesterday. James Madison is going dancing. They cashed minus 5.5 as they beat Arkansas State by 20. Samford is going dancing, although unfortunately they did not cover the 10. I did get a couple of live bets in, Nick, on minus 6.5, 5.5 area, so I was able to get those. But Samford minus 10 did not cash. Golden State Warriors. I had a bunch of free bets on them. I had a bunch of actual bets on them. I live bet them. Warriors win by double digits. Nice bounce back spot for Golden State. Happy with that. Islanders didn't show up. And probably, Nick, the thing that helped me out the most, because it was the tail end of 2 big parlays for me last night. And yes, they were free bet parlays. Sorry, they were risk-free parlays. I think it was on FanDuel. That ended with either Gonzaga -9 or Gonzaga money line. And those parlays ended up hitting for $363 and then $210. So nice little parlays there. Happy with that. Gonzaga wins by 12. Ends up being a nice 6-2 night. Really, really happy with that. And I will say, Nick, I did put my bet on East Carolina to win the College Baseball World Series.
Oh, of course, you have to use a free bet for that. I used a free bet on ECU 30-1 and then that 45-1.
I did not win. I did not use a free bet, but I got 25 on them to win the College World Series at 28-1 on Caesars.
Oh, you got 28-1. I got 30-1.
I probably could have gotten something better, but that was the book that I felt like it. And then tonight, seeing that you spoiled the NBA one, hockey tonight, I will be on Rangers Canes over 1 shot on goal.
All right, sounds like a pretty good bet.
On FanDuel, even money for North Carolina people. Anyways, that is the complete recap for yesterday. No chat, which is interesting. So we'll just jump right into the games, Nick.
Yeah. By the way, one other play for tonight: Louisville, NC State over 1 point on DraftKings. Even money.
DraftKings is still being a butt to me. So
fun. So let's get into it here. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're at the Ottawa Senators. It's a pick'em in this game with a total of 6.5. 2 teams I would love to bet against. We have with Pittsburgh and with Ottawa in this game. I'm trying to get up my – where is it? There it is. Come on. Work. Expand. Here we go. Let's see what we got for odds here on this one. My computer may be a little slow. My Wi-Fi is not the greatest in the area I'm at. So let's – I'm trying to get the odds up. Switch to hockey, please. Where this game, I would like to know, but we don't know because it's not loading. But yeah, we have Pittsburgh coming and playing the worst hockey of the year for them. There we go, finally loaded here. We'll use DK odds now. Line opened up -125 for Pittsburgh, down to a 115. This opened up at 12.17 yesterday. Line opened up at a 6.5 -115. It's down to a 6.5 -105. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards Ottawa here in this game. Let's get up. What do you call it? Action Network. See if it's useful at all for today. And the answer is looking like a resounding no. Outstanding. Let's take a look here. 82% of the tickets are on the Senators, and that's it. All I've heard was fade the Penguins, which I 100% agree with. This is a team that we should be betting against long term. By the way, sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. I'm currently outside, and I cannot handle I cannot control the things around me. But such a great breakdown. I would like Pittsburgh in this spot. I think this is a buy low spot on Pittsburgh, which sounds stupid. They've lost 6-0, 5-1, and 4-0. But those were against Washington. Okay, Washington is not great. Boston and Edmonton. This is definitely a big step down in competition. This is a decent buy low spot on them since we have Ottawa coming back from a West Coast road trip where they started in Philly, then went to Anaheim, LA, San Jose. They've lost 7 in a row. And I would look to fade the Ottawa Senators in this spot here. I'm interested in the Pittsburgh Penguins. Whether or not I want to trust them again and put my money on them, I probably will. Just because the situation is so good for them in this spot that feels like it's a game that I just not need to get involved with them, but want to get involved with them. So I'm going to look to find the best odds here for Pittsburgh and move on the Penguins here.
I want nothing to do with this game. I will say I do have some hockey plays today. So don't get me wrong. I do have some hockey plays today. Not in this game. I think I have 3 plays today. and I was looking at a fourth, but this one 1-800-GAMBLER and move on for me.
Fair enough. I'm seeing minus 110 on FanDuel. Betstamp's not telling me. Betstamp is not telling me what the odds on Fanatics is. I want to take a look at what the Fanatics odds are for it, and because I'm seeing basically minus 115 across the board at 365 Caesars, ESPN Bet, DraftKings, all have minus 115. So I'm seeing minus 110 on FanDuel, which I'll probably move on that. But let me just check Fanatics odds and then go from there. But back to the chat when I check Fanatics odds.
Okay. Okay, what are the college baseball plays for today? It's a great question. I will say
always ECU money line.
I will probably have some type of money on ECU today. I don't know how. Their fat money lines are minus 250. But after the show, I'm driving about 2 hours and I'm heading to Wilmington. So I'll be at that game tonight. Should be fun. Other than that, I was kind of looking Florida State. Could be an interesting spot against Florida. I think Florida's a little bit overrated. I was kind of looking Coastal Carolina versus Wake Forest. That's like a pick'em price for that one. And then there was, it's kind of looking Wichita State a little bit. I think that could be interesting. Sam Houston plus runs if you want to do that against A&M, Texas A&M, still undefeated, but Dalbap money line versus TCU could be a fun spot. I haven't locked in any of these right away yet, but we'll see how it goes. Morning, guys. Thanks for the plays yesterday. Big banker yesterday. Apart from those two plays, hit two 4-leg parlays at plus 450 and a 3-leg parlay at 557. There you go. Morning. Good morning, EQ. Penguins money line. I agree on fading Senators should be bounced back for Penguins. I want nothing to do with it.
I'm moving on. Penguins minus 110. FanDuel minus 110. Bet locked in.
Do we fade ECU in a midweek game on the road? Probably I should. Am I going to? No. Caps. There you go. Let's head to this one, Nick, which should be a fun game.
Oh, yeah. No. Pass. I'm just kidding. San Jose and Philadelphia. This line opened up at a minus 298 up to a 325 on DraftKings. So we've had a big move towards the Flyers in this spot. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 115. It's down to a 6 at minus 112. So we've had a slight move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Flyers, a pretty decent one. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 50% of the tickets and 80% of the cash is on the Sharks puck line plus 1.5. Only 450 tickets in, so useless information. Cool. Let's take a look here at my projections for this game, which, by the way, last game I projected the Penguins were on a 140 favorite. So that's why I'm also moving on the Penguins. I don't love the Penguins here, but this is just a numbers spot for me and a situational spot. Let's take a look here. San Jose and Philly. I mean, I have Philly as a decent favorite in this game. It should be Magnus Corona, in net today for the San Jose Sharks against probably Samuel Ersson. I don't know who the backup is, and they're probably going to ride Ersson until he's dead. This is a 5.5. Is this really a 5.5, or was this typed in wrong? If this is a 5.5, slam the over in this spot, and maybe a Flyers team total in this game.
FanDuel has it at 5.5 minus 140 to the over.
Whoa, I'm seeing 138 for the over 5.5. I'll move on this over 5.5. I had this game projected at 6.5. Why is this a 5.5? I think the Flyers light them up too a little bit. I'll probably be looking at a 5.5 team total and a team total over for the Flyers if it's 3.5 at reasonable numbers here in this one. So I'm gonna shop around here. I'm gonna look for an over, look for the best available number on an over, and look for a team total over as well.
Another pass for me. Just I'm not laying minus 320 on the Flyers. It would be a lean towards the Sharks just because I'm never betting the Flyers like this. Is it something I'm getting to? No. No, it is not. But I will have a play for the next game for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to stay off the team total over for Philly because I'm seeing 3.5 minus 142. However, I will be moving on this over 5.5, which I'm seeing the best available line currently is on looks like FanDuel at minus 138. I'm gonna quickly look at Fanatics because for whatever reason, BetStamp doesn't want to show Fanatics' numbers, and that's a 6.5 at plus 120. All right, I'm gonna bet this 5.5 on FanDuel now. So over 5.5, Sharks Flyers for me.
There you go. Wake Forest. No, I don't like Wake Forest. I think it could be a good spot for Coastal to get a big win for them. And that could be another booster to a Carolina team. What happened to Allie? She doesn't do picks no more. I don't know. I have not really talked to her that much since she left Picks and Parleys about a year ago. South Carolina, whatever the run line is. Who does South Carolina even play today? I believe they play some no-name. Georgia State. Good luck to you. Like Dallas Baptist? Yeah, I kind of like Dallas Baptist. Sharks plus 1.5, Nick?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Is Cooley a good goalkeeper?
Cooley? Who the hell is Cooley?
He's expected for the Sharks today.
I have no idea who that is. That should probably tell you everything you need to know.
Are the Panthers going to win? Those games I'm looking to hammer. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I already took.
Not good. He wasn't good in the AHL. There you go. All right, Nick.
I love this spot. Absolutely love this spot. Let's get into it here. Buffalo Sabres and the Detroit Red Wings as I accidentally X out of my line history. That's fun. Maybe I don't need this many tabs up on my screen. Maybe that's what this is telling me. But we have the Buffalo Sabres. They're now 120 favorites in this game. Total of 6.5 in this spot. Let's get up the line history in this one here. Grab the DK odds. Where this line opened up at a 115, it's up to a 122 for Buffalo. So we've had a 7-cent line movement towards the Sabres. And this line opened up at a 6.5 minus 110. It is a 6.5 minus 105. So we've had a small move towards the under here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot where we have really nothing on this game. 48% of the tickets are on Buffalo, and that's just about it. This is a bad spot for the Detroit Red Wings. They're coming back after a road trip, and you have to hit Buffalo first. We'll see the Islanders in a very similar situation there on Thursday. Just a bad scheduling spot. The Red Wings won the last matchup between these two teams 5-3, which snapped a 4-game losing streak against the Buffalo Sabres. The Red Wings are coming in on 5 straight losses, and they've lost by the puck line in all 5 games. So if you want to get a little frisky here, Sabres -1 could be a decent look here. I just took Sabres at -120 last night on ESPN Bet. Sabres snapped their 3-game losing streak against the Edmonton Oilers 3-2 in a shootout in that game. And this for me, it's not a bet on Buffalo. This is let me make this clear. This is not a bet on Buffalo. This is a fade of the Detroit Red Wings, and I will continue to fade the Detroit Red Wings until Dylan Larkin returns. This is a team that is bet against for me at the moment. I have this game priced more along the lines of 160 for Buffalo. I see really nice value here with the Sabres for this one. If you want to play the -1, I won't talk you off of it. I took the money line here at -120. I'll be using a few free bets on the Sabres some way, shape, or form today as well. This is I think the Sabres are the best bet on the board today.
It's always scary when a lot of people like the Sabres. That I will say.
48% of the tickets, so it's not that, and not everybody.
I've seen a no, but I got you. I am on the Sabres today, and I kind of understand you saying it's not betting the Sabres, it's fading the Red Wings. But if you look at the Sabres lately, they've been playing some good hockey. They beat Edmonton. Nashville game was a scheduled loss with Comrie and net. A win against Toronto. A loss in overtime against Toronto. Hardest fought game. Winnipeg, they were winning into the third period. Fell apart. Big win versus Vegas. Big win versus Tampa. Barely lost to Florida. Big win versus Carolina in a shootout. They beat Columbus and Montreal, whatever. Lost to Anaheim, which ugly. But this team is starting to play a little bit better than they are in the first half of the year. And because we're getting close, if the Sabres win tonight in regulation, they will be 5 points behind with 16 games to go. And 2 of those games are still against Detroit. One of them is later on in the week. But Buffalo needs to get 5 or 6 points in the next 3 games against Detroit, New York, Detroit, in order to be considered anything involved in a playoff conversation. I do have Buffalo in this one. I did use a free bet, a sizable free bet on their puck line tonight.
I like it.
He was a Sabres goalie. Interesting.
So he's probably trash. Got it.
Yeah. What up, though? Let's all take the bookies' heads off today. Let's do it. No NHL stats for Cooley. Kid will get wrecked in net. John Collins double-double, -105 on FanDuel. Also like Kelly Oubre, alternate 20 plus at +200. I like it. There you go. Then Flyers puck line should be the move.
I was looking Flyers team total over, but the prices I was seeing are kind of expensive. So I kind of want to see what Fanatics has for it. They have a 6.5 in this game because I remember they have decent team totals because I can create a team total over 4 for them at a plus price tag. But other than that, I'm not, so I don't delay a big price on 3, but 3.5. But yeah, no.
Flyers puck line. I would take the Red Wings if Larkin was playing. If not, was playing, but he's not, so pass.
Mm-hmm.
What up, bros? Bright and early? No, we normally do 10 o'clock on Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Sabres team total over.
Love it.
Like it?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Red Wings are going to be hungry for a win. They can't play defense.
They look lost without Larkin, and I think this team is just bet against them until further notice. That's what I'm seeing from the Red Wings.
What do you guys think of the over? I don't hate it. I'm hoping Buffalo puts up some goals. So, did I? Yeah, I did put a little bit of a parlay together. I'll read it off after this. Nicholas, what do you think about the Kraken Stars parlay?
I like the Kraken. I did bet the Panthers though. I bet Florida at even money. Spoiler for a couple games from now.
Lion has been really bad. Scored 4+ goals against. I hope so because I put together a 5-legger, just free bets for FanDuel for this game. Sabres money line. We have Tage Thompson to score a goal. He's been getting hot lately. Skinner to have 3 shots or more on goal. The over 1.5 for total goals in the first period, and the over 3.5 alternative goals a full game, just to have an extra, make it a 5-legger, even though one of them is a -500. But figure out throw that one out there. It's a 50-50 game. Totally. This one's a 1-800 gambler game.
Yeah, this is a beautiful matchup. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any bets in it at the moment. But we have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Montreal Canadiens. We have Montreal as a favorite in this game, -115. Total 6.5 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this game as we have Columbus taking on Les Habitants in this one here. On DraftKings, this line opened up at a -130 for Les Habitants. It's down to a 118. So we've had a move towards Columbus. I kind of agree with that there. Line opened up at a 6.5 -105. It's up to a 6.5 -115. So we've had a 10-cent move towards the over, and we have a move towards Montreal. It's about 55% of the tickets on the Blue Jackets. Move towards the Blue Jackets. Lines move towards the Blue Jackets, and money 55% of the tickets. No cash flow. I gotta stop referencing these ticket numbers because they're useless. Because who do you call it's not been doing anything as of late. I would lean Blue Jackets in this game. Montreal has won 4 straight against the Blue Jackets, though, so that's something kind of interesting there. The Blue Jackets should have had better fate against the Predators last game. They outplayed them. When you look at the expected goal battle, they were just goalied by Saros in that game. Montreal coming in off of a 3-2 loss against the Maple Leafs, a game they had, I believe, a 1-0 lead in. They tied it up at 2 late, and they lost 3-2. Montreal's been the king of one goal losses this year. They've been one of the better ATS teams. Am I playing this game? No. It's a simple pass.
Cool. So we could press the 1-800-GAMBLER button and move on.
Yeah.
No, I want nothing to do with this game. Should be this one is garbage, but the next one should be fun.
Yeah, the next one could be an interesting game.
And I think we're on different sides.
I actually need to put in the numbers from last night's game because I haven't put in any numbers from the last games for these two teams. So I'm kind of slacking on this game. So Harry, you give your breakdown first, and then I'm going to quickly punch in these numbers because I forgot to put in the numbers from from the Rangers game last night and from Carolina's game 2 days ago.
I'm going to end up being pretty heavy on the Canes tonight. The Rangers are coming off of a big win. Well, a big win last night against a division rival. I don't care that the Devils are bad. Does not matter. It's a New York, New Jersey rivalry. It doesn't matter if it's the Mets, Yankees, the Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets. Doesn't matter if they suck. Doesn't matter if they're the best team in hockey or the best team in their sport. That is still a rivalry game. Rangers hate the Devils hate the Islanders hate the Rangers. Everybody hates each other. So those games are always heated. Rangers have a big win last night. Now they have to travel all the way down to Raleigh. And the Canes are one of the hotter teams in hockey right now. They've won 5 out of 6. Their only loss, they shouldn't have lost because they're winning 3-0 going to the third period against Winnipeg. So this is a Canes team that has looked really solid. They beat Minnesota, Columbus, lost to Winnipeg, beat Montreal, New Jersey, and Calgary. In the last 3 games, the last 4 wins were all by puck line. I am on the Canes puck line today. I'm super high on that one. And if I want to create a same game parlay from it because I would like to take the Canes with 2 scores, and those I want to take a shot with Sebastian. And just for a little bit more fun, let's go a little bit bigger here. Jesperi Kotkaniemi. I'll take those guys to score goals tonight. Carolina puck line though is my main bet.
Yeah, let's take a look at the line history in this spot. This line opened up at a 155. It's moved to a 162, so the line has moved towards the Hurricanes in this game. We have this line opened up at a 6. It dipped down to a 5.5. It's back up to a 6 on DK. Shop around. You could probably find 5.5s out there somewhere. Let's see. Am I seeing any 5.5s? I'm seeing a 5.5 on Heritage. I do not have access to that one, though. And let's see. Is this game useless as well? Kind of 50-50 split. 75% of the tickets on the Hurricanes. No cash flow at all in this game here. And for me, not so fast, my friend. This is a Rangers team that has dominated the Hurricanes as of late, especially in Carolina. They've played really well. And this is a Rangers team. I get it. They're on a back-to-back. They started Jonathan Quick yesterday for a reason. They saved Igor for this spot. And I am definitely interested in the Rangers as a dog in this game. I remember, I think was it last year or 2 years ago, the Rangers were big dogs against Carolina in Carolina. They came in and won that game pretty handily. Yeah, they were plus 170 last year on February 11th. And I remember backing them there, and that was with a backup goaltender in net. I get it. The Hurricanes are a good hockey team. They're one of the best teams in the East. I understand that. I know the Rangers are on a second half of the back. I understand that as well. But this line is way too wide. In this game, I'm going to look to bet the Rangers. They probably won't go up on the site. But with that being said, I will be on the New York Rangers in this game in some way, shape, or form. I was looking yesterday at trying to do a Rangers 2-legger. And actually, it looks like the best available odds for this game is on Bovada plus 137 for the books that I have. I'm going to take a look at Fanatics real quick to see what their odds are for this game. But I'm going to be on the Rangers here. Looks like the best available odds will probably be on Bovada.
Go look to
You're
you.
muted. Oh, there you go.
No, I'm not. No, I thought you were still talking.
Ooh,
I thought you were looking something up. I wasn't really paying attention.
All right, cool. Fanatics actually has the best price here. New York Rangers plus 140. Give me the Rangers at plus 140 in this game.
Canes tonight. Kuznetsov over half a point. Okay.
Oh, Kuz. Yeah, no. Now, if they're playing the Capitals, that's a spot to look at.
Kuzi. I will be hammering the Panthers at minus 108.
Love it.
Money Puck says it's basically an exhibition game for the Rangers.
It is not. They're trying to hold off the Hurricanes for the division.
Yeah, but if they didn't play New Jersey last night in New York, I would have been on the Rangers. But because of the situational spot, I don't like the Rangers now. Who is Money Puck? It's a website. This is a fairly big game for the Canes.
Who cares?
I mean, does it really? The thing is,
actually, there's a little bit of news here. And looks like during morning skate this morning for the Carolina Hurricanes, skating with Evgeny Kuznetsov and Martin Necas is Jake Gensel. They could be getting Jake Gensel in the lineup for tonight.
I like it. But can we be honest with this game for a minute? According to Money Puck, they're giving the Rangers 100% chance to make the playoffs. And they're giving the Canes 99.99% chance to make the playoffs. Does it really matter?
Yes, it does, because they're playing for the Metro right now. They're still playing for the division.
Okay. I'm so ready to play the Islanders in the playoffs.
If you get the Islanders,
I can get Shesterkin at plus 135 or better without the public all over them. I think I'll wait for this line.
Yeah, the Rangers can easily. This has a feel of a game that the Rangers get outplayed, but win 2-1 because of Igor.
That, or we could easily see this one being 4-1 Canes.
We could absolutely see that as well, and they gas out. Maybe the better play is the Rangers in the first period.
Maybe
that's the best look is Rangers first period in this game.
The Canes look good. They are not going to let the Rangers do them like that pass anymore. They don't scare me as much as they did the last 2 seasons.
Fair.
I'm going to wait for money to come in on the Rangers to bet the Canes.
I don't know if it will.
This is the game of the night. I don't know.
This is a great game. But we have the next one. That's going to be a good one as well. Potential Stanley Cup matchup.
The Rangers are deep at forwards anyway. You know what, Nick? Okay. For a minute, I did not have that part clicked in. I'm like, oh, God, are we talking Ducks and Blackhawks?
I love the Ducks Blackhawks game. That will be on my computer tonight. Absolutely, it will. But we'll talk Stars and Panthers here in this one here. Panthers not favorites in this game. The Stars are minus 120 favorites in this game with a total of 6.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we're seeing on DraftKings this line opened up at a 115. It's down to a 112. So we've had a 3-cent live movement here towards these Florida Panthers. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 115. It's down to a 6 at minus 110. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Panthers in this game here. And we have 49% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the Panthers, 840 tickets in. So this is useless information still. I don't know why I keep reading it. We have the Florida Panthers coming in off of a very commanding 5-1 win over the Calgary Flames. The Flames, I think, might be one of those teams that starts to fall apart, especially after they traded Hannafin and Tanev off that blue line. We'll get into the Flames in a couple games when they take on the Avalanche. But we have a Florida Panthers team who has won 8 of their last 10 games. Their only two losses were in Carolina and against Philly, where they gave up a goal with 21 seconds left in the game. Other than that, they've been absolutely dominating teams. They are 23-8-2 on the road. They are the best road team in hockey. And where do I want to bet the Panthers when they're playing up in competition as a short dog or a pick 'em against good competition, and this is exactly where I'm getting them here. They shouldn't be dogs in this game at all. This is the best team in hockey we're talking about in this game. Give me the Florida Panthers here at even money in this game. This is one of those prices that I just had to take it. If I lose, so be it. I've won so much with this Panthers team. Give me the Panthers at even money in this game over the Stars.
I like it. I'm on the same side. This is just a Panthers team that is on their way to most likely. I'm going to say they're going to win the President's Trophy.
Yep.
I feel like there's a very strong case that they're gonna win the President's Trophy, considering that they're the number one team. Anyways, and they're currently up on Boston by 1 point and Vancouver by 1 point. Other than that, I will say, Stars, if they win this one in regulation, they're up to 91. So all of a sudden, Stars could be looking at the President's Trophy as well.
Stars have been sneaky good.
They have been. And their road record their home record is good. 19-8-4. So they've been doing well at home this year. But I'm going to roll with the Panthers in this one as well, even money. I'll jump on a little bit of Florida action with you.
Yeah, this is also a Stars team that's won 5 in a row. Granted, 3 of those games were against San Jose. Both those San Jose games in overtime, and then the Ducks. So
there you go. I don't think the Stars defense can stop the Panthers. I don't think so either.
I think that this could be a lower scoring game.
Florida money line.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just put all my money on the Panthers and pass on the Canes game and just watch and enjoy? No. You never put all your money on one play. That's stupid.
Bet responsibly.
Low scoring game.
I could see the low scoring
money
game.
line. Caca. There you go. Here's a 1-800-GAMBLER game, Nick.
I have bet this game though.
Oh.
So I feel like I've bet almost every game on this card, but I really like this card. Let's take a look at this line history here. The Minnesota Wild open up as minus 192 favorites up to a minus 128. Line open up at a 6.5. It's down to a 6. I saw 6s across the board yesterday. Some 6.5s were popping up when I bet this. Absolutely no market information here. No tickets, no cash, no nothing. They said, screw you. But looking at this game here, we have the Minnesota Wild coming in off of that crazy win in their last game against the Nashville Predators. Obviously, John Hines pulled the goalie in overtime. Basically pulled a Dan Campbell of hockey move and went for it all, gambled. And it paid off. And imagine the narratives behind John Hines if he pulled the goalie, Nashville got control of the puck, shot it into the empty net, and won the game. We'd be talking about John Hines potentially getting fired. So, crazy. But for me in this game, I when I bet this game, it was a 6. Shop around, you could probably still find a 6. I took the over 6 in this game here. I have this game projected for Gustafsson and for Vejmelka. It could be Ingram, but Ingram hasn't been very good either. I mean, I see a slight value maybe with the Coyotes here in this spot. Maybe a Coyotes team total over. I don't trust them to win the game. I think that Minnesota game against Nashville could be a nice little boost into these next few games where they play less than stellar competition. I believe they have the Yotes a few times. They have the Ducks a couple times, Blackhawks, stuff like that, where they have the ability to win a couple easy games coming up here and really start to get themselves back in the conversation for a wild card spot. So for me, it's just the over. Shop around, find a 6 if you can. Let me take a look where you can find a 6 when you if there are still 6s available. If you could for that. So I'm seeing a lot of 6.5s, but there's still a 6 on Bovada, Bet365, Caesars, DraftKings, BetChris. There's 6s. Shop around, find a 6. I'm taking the 6 at minus 125 here.
This Coyotes team doesn't make any sense right now. All right, Nick. Last 4 games, they played Chicago twice, Minnesota, and Detroit. Guess which game they won? Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah.
They lost 2 times to the Blackhawks by a combined score of 12-6. And the last game they lost to Minnesota at home. Now they're in Minnesota. I would kind of lean towards the the good old Coyotes in this game a little bit. Am I gonna bet it? No, no, I am not. But maybe a little bit of a recent revenge angle, but I'm not fading this Minnesota team. I feel like they could ride a little bit of momentum because last 4 games they've gotten 7 out of 8 points. The only game they lost was it a shootout against Colorado or an overtime game?
Overtime against Colorado.
Yeah, that was the only game that they've
lost. Colorado had a power play in overtime, and that was all she wrote.
So not a bad loss there. This Minnesota team is riding hot, but it would if I had to back him, it's puck line, and I'm not laying a puck line. It would be leaning towards the Yotes, getting them at plus money. Maybe a draw.
I'm going to shop around because bet stamps lax when it comes to team totals. I'm going to shop around here and probably find a 2.5 at the best and available number. I'm seeing 2.5 minus 125 on Fanatics. I'm going to shop around and see if I can find a better number. I like this Arizona team total over 2.5. I'm going to take a look around and see what numbers I can find for this game. But yeah.
Okay. I might be convinced on the Panthers. Wild puck line. Good luck. Please take the Wild here. I'm not touching it. Canes under. Canes money line. Canes Panthers money line. Yeah.
I like the Panthers money line.
I like the over as well. Didn't the Wild just beat? Yes, the Wild just beat the Yotes 5-2.
The Arizona Coyotes. So a little short-term revenge for those interested in that.
Which worked out great against Chicago, but God, did we get gross this game?
I love this game. Absolutely love this game.
You do.
Yeah. Well, I see a nice edge on it. Number one, this game shouldn't be a 5.5. For starters, I've already So there's spoiler. I did a free pick video on this game last night because I was doing a free pick video on this game last night if I have any money on it. Because I love bum fights. I love bum fights. Let's get into it here. We're with the Chicago Blackhawks. They opened up at minus 110 on DraftKings. It's up to a 112. And this line opened up at a 6 at minus 105. It's a 6 at plus 102. Shop around. I was able to get a 5.5 last night on FanDuel, I believe, at minus 130. No, it was ESPN bet minus 130 for the over 5.5. Shop around. You'll be able to find it. Let's take a look here at my projections for this game here, where I have this game projected for Dostal. Oh no, Gibson. I have this game projected for Gibson and Mrazek, and I have the Hawks at pretty decent favorites in this game. I did play the Hawks at minus 110. I had this game projected for 6.12 goals, so I like this game over the total as well. And I'm looking at that Chicago team total over as well. And if you're looking for a prop, none other than CB98. Connor Bedard props, I can definitely be talked into in this game as well. In this one, I think this line should have been more along the lines of 130, 135, 140 range, which sounds crazy for the Blackhawks. But the Blackhawks offensively, don't look now. Offensively, they've actually played pretty well. They've produced at least 4 expected goals in 4 of their last 8 games. So offensively, this team is starting to click a little bit better. So I'm on the Blackhawks at minus 110. I'm on the over 5.5, and I'm probably going to add the team total over at 3.5 or at 3.5 as well. I'm going to be shopping around here to try to find the best available numbers. I've already bet minus 110 for the Blackhawks. I've already bet 5.5 at minus 130 for the over. I'm shopping around for that team total.
Right on. Pass. Not even looking at it. Do you have anything for Georgia Tech and Notre Dame? I'm on the Irish. Nicholas knows what he's talking about. Don't inflate as I go. These teams want to lose for the better pick. No, the organizations want to lose. The teams do not. If you win, you actually lose this game. So Ducks will win. Good luck to you. 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, it looks like Chicago's team total. I'll probably have to find a 3 somewhere. Just 3.5 is juice plus 140, but the 2.5 is like minus 170. So we'll see. This one's a tricky one here. Bad spot for the Flames, but do I want to be fading the Flames at this number? Maybe. We have the Colorado Avalanche as minus 180 favorites in this game with a total of 6.5 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have this line open up at a 170 on Bet Online. It's not moved. Let's click over to DraftKings because I've been using them. Open up at a 148, and it's skyrocketed to a 175. Within about 2 hours of this line opening, though, it went from 148 to 162, so it has kept climbing there. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 105. It's a 6.5 minus 112. The only question I really have is how far is too far? I kind of see some value here with the Calgary Flames. However, do I really want to bet the Flames in this spot? Not really. They're coming back off of a 3-game East Coast trip where they won 1 out of the 3 games. They got pummeled in Carolina on the back-to-back. They got beat down by the Panthers. They did beat the Lightning 6-3. But previous to that, they played a lot of home games, and they lost. Or they won a lot of their home games. At home, I would only look Calgary in the spot at the number. But do I want to back them 3rd game in 4 days? And first game back from a road trip? No. That's going to end up keeping me off them here in this spot, but it's Flames or nothing for me.
Yeah, it is a really rough spot for Calgary in this one. And I don't trust Colorado on the road. Although you look at Colorado, they've looked a lot better as of late. Win against Chicago, whatever. Loss against Nashville. Another win against Chicago. Beating Chicago 2 games by a combined score of 10-0. Beat Detroit by 5, and then a winner in overtime versus Minnesota. I'm not going after this one. Obviously, I have my Flames to make the playoffs bet, which
trading Hannafin and Tenev away is not very encouraging.
Which no, I mean they are right in that cluster, but it would require either the Predators or the Vegas Golden Knights to start losing games, which I don't see the Vegas Knights losing games. So.
We'll get into that.
I like Vegas too. I have cup futures on Vegas, so this is a pass for me though.
Fair enough. All right, let's start to put plays up on the site.
Thank you, Nick. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. What do we think about Flames plus 1.5?
I don't like taking dogs and turning them into favorites that.
Take the draw. Honestly, why not take the draw? Mason McTavish is plus 106 to get a point, if I read that right.
It's not a bad look against the Blackhawks. I see goals in the game, and just because I like the Blackhawks in that game doesn't mean I can't not like Ducks props as well. And I'll probably get into some player props later. Maybe I'll post out who I like for player props on the community page.
There you go. Blues money line ever in doubt. There you go. Abs money line, parlay. It's a parlay piece. Okay. How about Cameron coming in with the $19.99 donation saying Mr. Kryptonite sends his regards?
How about the Mavericks last night?
Holy shit, they won by 30. A lot.
And he came into the chat with the minus 19.5.
Oh, but I will say he missed the under in the Blues game by the hook.
But did he get 6.5?
Oh my God, if he got 6.5, then he went absolutely nuts. Holy shit. Mr. Kryptonite, if you're in the chat, hell of a night for you. Sabres money line, yes. Joe is definitely right about the Mavs Bulls. Yes, they were. Avs puck line. Vermont and the Jackrabbits. I did not touch either game. I don't hate the Jackrabbits to win the Summit today. Right? That would be a Summit championship today against Denver. Yeah, it would be. That's the championship.
Denver.
Yeah, that's the
championship. I was kind of looking New Hampshire against Vermont, by the way.
Is that widespread?
I like 13.5.
Okay. This game is so shit. 1-800-GAMBLER actually called me instead. It told me to stay off.
Oh no, I'm fully invested in the Blackhawks today.
Joe didn't miss shit. There you go, dude. There you go. Final game of the hockey card for you, Nick.
Yeah. And we have the Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Kraken in this one here. The Knights minus 145 are road favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Where we have the Vegas Golden Knights. They opened up at minus 130. Wow, that's up to minus 124 now in this game. Minus 148 in this game now. So we've had an 18-cent line movement towards the Golden Knights in this game. Line opened up at a 6 at even money. It's a 6 at plus 102. I moved on this game last night, and I don't like that the lines moved this far against me. But we saw this yesterday with the Rangers, and it only made me double down on the spot. Now I'm not going to double down on the spot here because yesterday it was me getting them as a favorite or a -1 line and then doubling down on the money line. This would be me doubling down on a dog line here. Give me the Kraken in this game, in this spot. When you look at the advanced analytics here for the Vegas Golden Knights, they've not been very good. And I'm well aware, I loved the Vegas Golden Knights last game. However, similar to Buffalo today, it was a fade of the Red Wings. It was not a backing of the Vegas Golden Knights. Today is a fade of the Vegas Golden Knights here. Plus, the Kraken have actually held their own lately as well. They've been about equal when it comes to expected goals, 2.73 for, 2.72 against. Vegas has really struggled, 3.009 expected goals for, 3.317 against the last 10 games. I had Decord and Hill on the mound, in between the pipes here today. I had this game at a pick 'em. I took Seattle at plus 120. I think they're a very live dog in this game. And just because the Vegas Golden Knights made these big moves does not mean they're going to immediately gel right away. We saw they won last game, but that was against a reeling Detroit Red Wings team. So I'm going to go ahead and now fade them today, and we are going to
release the Kraken.
Dude, I kind of like Vegas tonight. I know you just mentioned that, but I mean, I'm high on Vegas. Obviously, I have cup futures for them. I think it's the year of the repeat with the Chiefs, with the Nuggets, and with the Golden Knights this year.
As long as it's not the Texas Rangers, we're good.
No. I would lean towards I would be leaning towards the Golden Knights in this one. Did I pull the trigger on it? No, but I was close to. It could be a nice little late night special kind of deal. Could be a draw. Maybe an over. I was kind of looking towards an over in this game.
I actually have this projected as potentially the lowest scoring game of the night.
All right,
I can see this as a 2-2 game in regulation.
Maybe. I kind of like Vegas in this one, but he likes the under. NC State in basketball today. I was kind of leaning Louisville, but did not touch that game. Today might be a Grand Salami under day. Yeah, but that could easily get ruined. As great, right? That could easily get ruined by 2 games combined. Columbus, Montreal, and Buffalo, Detroit.
How about when we get 10 goals tonight between the Ducks and the Blackhawks?
That could be it too. But I was saying I think the 2 highest scoring games of the night are Detroit, Buffalo, and Columbus, Montreal.
Fair.
You never know what team is going to show up and lay an egg. Isles last night, yeah. Isles did not.
That was a back-to-back. The Isles don't win back-to-back games.
Did we miss the Columbus game?
It's a pass.
No, we didn't. We talked about it. It was a real quick one because we didn't like it. F it. I'll use my bonus bet on the Kraken. That's right. Owen, you're in North Carolina too, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Owen, there's on I believe DraftKings Louisville, NC State over 1 point, and on FanDuel it's Carolina, New York, at least 1 shot on goal.
Yeah, she's no longer with the company. It's been about a year, so you really haven't been paying attention. Let's hop into NBA. I'm pretty sure Nick's gonna have to go though because
I'm gonna have to peace out now because I do have class. I didn't even look at the NBA yet. I will be capping that in a little bit, and I will be posting all that stuff later. But yeah, that is.
Are all the plays up on the site?
Yep. I just have to make the package for it.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you later, Nick. Let's jump into some NBA action. And I will say there is 7 games today. I have 3 plays. The first game that we're going to look at is the 76ers and the New York Knicks. Knicks are 6-point favorites with a total of 208.5 in this game. And I look at this one, and because I'm not saying we're to that point in the season, but I like looking at the standings and seeing where these teams are. These two teams are currently 4 and 6 in the East, and they're separated by a game. Obviously, I would kind of lean towards the Knicks to win this game. Obviously, they're -6, so -220, 240 favorites. I'm not really trusting in Philly right now. This is a team that's struggling, and I wouldn't be surprised if they completely missed out on the playoffs altogether. They had to play in the play-ins and lose in the play-ins. I would not be surprised with that at all. It would be a lean towards the Knicks. Am I betting this game? No. Why? Because I do not trust the New York Knicks to cover a spread for me. So, no, this one's a complete stay away from me to start off. Low volume in the NBA. I will have a game in the next one, though. Cash, Joker, plus 175. Build on MGM with ease. 25 plus points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Money line, nice. Going back down that stretch here with the way he's looked lately. Yes, you are in Charlotte. There you go. No epic yo's from Joe after his huge heater. We have not seen him yet, but I have a feeling we'll see him soon. Oh yeah, Carol. Oh yeah, I'm already on NC State and Carolina bets. There you go. Go Knicks, go. And the over. I could see the over, but just because it's such a low total. Who's ready for a 1-800-GAMBLER game that I actually have money on today? We've got the Washington Wizards and the Memphis Grizzlies going to go at it. Wizards are -2.5 with a total of 220. Who are the Wizards to be laying points on the road? A lot of times I would look at this one and go, man, they should not be favored on the road and go and take them. No, not today. Give me the Grizzlies. I'm on the Grizzlies money line. I got around plus 120. It's just for me a fade of the Wizards. This is the worst team in the NBA. Yes, worse than Detroit. But this is a strict fade of Washington, not a backing of Memphis, but I am on the Grizzlies on the money line. Pass. That is 100% fair, and I was close to it too, but I wanted to do that one, so I ended up betting that game. Let's head to the next one, which is the Pacers and the Thunder. The Thunder are 7-point home favorites with a total of 240. And I didn't really want to go after a side in this game. I do kind of lean Pacers, just getting some points. I do like the over. I think this is a tale of two teams that are willing to run with each other. And I think they will run. I think this is going to be your highest scoring game of the night. Obviously, it is the highest total of the night by 5 points. So that's kind of obvious that it would be, in my opinion, the highest total of the night. But I like the over. I think you see both the Pacers and the Oklahoma City run. Even though, yes, I know the Pacers have been an under team as of late. They've gone under in 5 out of their last 6 games. Those are against typical under teams, though. And with Oklahoma City, their totals have gone under a bunch lately. But these two teams going up against each other, this one just has over written all over it. So, where's that 1-800? Yeah. Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. Justin? I was close to betting this game, and I did not end up pulling the trigger on it. We got the Rockets and the Spurs. The Rockets are 4.5-point favorites with a total of 222.5 in this game. And why was I close to betting it? Well, I was close to betting the Rockets on the road. And I know that sounds gross because Rockets are a big fade team on the road for us. But the Spurs are coming off of a game yesterday at home versus Golden State where they fell apart in the second half. I just think it's ultimately a bad spot for them. It is a lean towards the Rockets. Why am I not betting it? They're 8-24 on the road, and then you're expecting me to lay 4.5 points on them, which I'm not going to do. So although it is a strong lean towards it, it is a pass. I am not interested in going after the Rockets on the road. If Jalen make me like the Pacers even more, maybe. Yes, Oklahoma State. I am on Oklahoma State today. Let's go. Justin, I like it. Let's cash together. Cameron coming in with another dono. 9.99 dono. Mr. Joe is currently preoccupied with all his fucking money. He sends his best regards. Hell yeah. I know I'll hear from him later. Pass. Pacers +7. I lean that way. Another toilet bowl matchup. Yeah. The Rockets was a toilet bowl matchup. This one was a little bit of a question mark for me. Because you get the Celtics and the Jazz, and it's a 6.5 with a total of 231. It's up to I see some 7s though now, which kind of makes me happy that I didn't bet this one because it was a lean towards the Jazz for me. This is a Jazz team that if you're going to back them, it has to be at home where they're 19-12 at home and 21-10 against the spread at home. And I believe this is the last game of a road trip for Boston. It is. It's the last game of a road trip before they head home to face Phoenix. I kind of lean Jazz. We'll see how some of the early games go, whether or not I want to add the Jazz to my card. Right now, it's a strong lean. I believe the Jazz are the strongest lean to a play without me betting it today on the card. Lean the Jazz, did not grab it. Cameron, how much money did you make off of last night? Pass, but Jazz need to play defense. They do. They do need to play defense. Here's where I'll find my last play. It is between the T-Wolves and the Clippers. Clippers are -6.5. 215 is your total in this one. And I am going to be playing a total. I'm going to be playing it under. These two teams, I know they just recently played each other, and that one finished 89-88. I could see something similar. This is going to be a chess match, and it's going to be a tight, low-scoring game for a good chunk of the game. Keep in mind, Minnesota is still running with Karl-Anthony Towns. That's a big offense piece that they're missing. So I think they have definitely felt the lack of points because of not having him. It would also be leaning towards the T-Wolves. They are coming off of getting blown out by the Lakers. So it would be a lean towards the T-Wolves, but I am on the under in this one. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game in this one. Which brings us to the final game that we'll talk about, which is the Bucks and the Kings. The Bucks are 2-point favorites with a total of 236. Another one that had a pretty close lean, and that one was towards the Kings. Although you do look at Milwaukee, they have looked good since the All-Star break, minus that blowout loss to Golden State and the 1-point loss to the Lakers. They have been winning and covering in pretty much all their games. Since the All-Star, not pretty much. They have been winning and covering in all their games since the All-Star break. This is a Bucks team that has looked good. The fact that it's a pick'em against a team that has been really up and down since the All-Star break is the one concerning thing. Because I know you look at it, Milwaukee's never going to catch Boston. So they're the number 2 seed in the East, and that's pretty much – it's not locked in because they're only a game ahead of – they're either 2 or 3. They're not going down to 4, and they're not going up to 1. So they still want to fight for that. Kings currently in that 7 spot, and they're 1 game behind the Suns for that 6 to get into the playoffs and not have to be playing in a play-in because they'd have to play Dallas right now. Luckily, they would be at home, but should be a good one. Should be one of the better games of the night, but we're going to end the slate off with another pass. Eagle fans, super excited for my Mr. Barkley. That was hilarious. My Mr. Kryptonite parlay was plus 2260, although Joe's was probably higher. He took Mavs 9.5. There you go. It's a bonus triple-double. Why not? Oh, yeah, that Mavs alternative spread was super high. I put coffee table bet minus 14.5 was plus 500. Hell yeah. I should have jumped on it with Joe Kryptonite. He was super confident in that one. Made a mistake. Didn't bet it. But rather leave money, rather not bet something and win rather than add it and lose. So that's fine. That's all the games for today. Before we head on out and everything, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram are the big 4 that are below. And make sure you guys are, if you guys are interested, jumping on to the YouTube membership, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. That's where we will be putting out all of our plays that are up on the Picks and Parleys.net website. For me in hockey today, Sabres, the Canes puck line, and the Panthers. In the NBA, I like the Grizzlies. I like the over in the Pacer game and the under in the T-Wolves game. Fair to say. Bear down and keep Justin. They should keep Fields. I'm a strong believer. The Bears should keep Justin Fields for sure. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Once again, thank you, Cameron, for the 2 donos. We really do appreciate that. Huge comeback from the Nuggets last night. Never in doubt. I did live bet them. Had some nice live bets, so happy with the Nuggets last night. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow as always, and let's go Sabres.